Breathe in slowly and breathe out. Let your shoulders soften. Let the weight of the day slip away like sand through open fingers. You are safe here, wrapped in the quiet dark, and there is nowhere else you need to be. Tonight, we are going somewhere very few ever go. Back more than 4,000 years. To a river that no longer exists. A river once praised in the oldest hymns as the mightiest of all rivers. The Sarasvati. Close your eyes. Feel the cool night air brush your skin. Imagine a vast plain under an ocean of stars, a plain that is now desert, but once was green and gold. In the distance, the faint murmur of moving water, milk-white water carrying the melted snow of far-off mountains, that water-fed cities, hundreds of cities. Cities laid out with such perfect order that even today, when archaeologists uncover them, they stand in silence, unable to explain how it was done so long ago. Let your breathing slow, in and out, deeper now. Good, we begin at dawn. Perhaps the year we would call 1900, before the Common Era. You are standing barefoot on the eastern bank of the Sarasvati. The river is so wide that the far shore dissolves into silver mist. The current is gentle, almost lazy, yet strong enough to carry barges laden with cotton, copper, and bright carnelian beads. On both sides stretch endless fields of barley, sesame, and the world's first domesticated cotton. The air smells of wet earth and distant wood smoke. Walk with me now, slowly, into one of the cities that lines this river. The bricks beneath your feet are all the same size, every single one. Baked to the color of sunset 4,000 years ago. The street runs arrow straight, north to south, east to west, intersecting at perfect right angles. Covered drains run beneath the road, carrying wastewater away without a trace of odor. To your left rises a two-story house with a flat roof for sleeping under summer stars. Inside, a private well, a bathroom with a sloping brick floor, and a small toilet that flushes when a clay pot of water is poured. There are no palaces here, no towering temples, no statues of god-kings glaring down, only quiet, orderly homes. And the sense that everyone who lived here was, in some unspoken way, equal. Let your body grow heavier, your legs, your arms, your head, sinking deeper into the bed, into the pillow. Nothing to hold on to now, just my voice, and the soft pull of sleep. We drift farther into the city, past children playing with tiny wheeled clay animals that still roll perfectly today. Past women stringing long red beads etched with white patterns no one has ever explained. Past men stamping square seals into wet clay. Each seal carries an animal, a unicorn, a humped bull, an elephant, and above it, a line of signs. Delicate, precise signs that flow sometimes right to left, sometimes left to right. 5,000 examples found, and not one repeated long enough to tell a story. The language of an entire civilization. Still whispering, still refusing to speak. Breathe slowly. Let the silence between my words carry you. Come now to the center of the city. Here lies the Great Bath, a sunken pool larger than many modern swimming pools, lined with burnt brick, sealed with bitumen and gypsum so perfectly that it holds water even now. Wide steps descend on every side. Was this a place of ritual cleansing, a temple without walls or roof, or simply a cool refuge from the fierce midday sun? No one knows. They left no inscriptions boasting of kings who built it, only the bath itself, waiting, patient as the river that once filled it. Nearby stands the granary, raised high on a massive brick platform so that air may circulate beneath and no flood or rat can reach the grain. Ventilation channels run like secret rivers under the floor, and beneath the streets themselves, a sewer system so advanced that 19th century British engineers stared in disbelief. Manholes, inspection pits, soak jars for solid waste. Everything sloping gently toward the great river that accepted it all without complaint. Feel your eyelids grow deliciously heavy. Good. Let them stay closed. There is nothing to see now, only to listen, only to drift. Notice what is missing. There are no scenes of battle carved on walls, no piles of bronze weapons, no mass graves of conquered enemies, only a few slender daggers, a scattering of arrowheads. The graves hold ordinary people buried with a handful of pots and beads, no richer, no poorer than their neighbors. Who governed these cities? We do not know. Perhaps no one in the way we understand power. Perhaps quiet councils of merchants who weighed goods on polished stone weights that followed a binary progression: 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. The same system hidden inside every computer you have ever touched. Let that thought dissolve like mist in warm sunlight. Nothing to hold, nothing to solve tonight. The Sarasvati was more than a river. In the oldest hymns of the Rig Veda, composed centuries after the cities were already ancient, she is called the Mother, the best of mothers, the best of goddesses. 7 sisters, they said, and Sarasvati the mightiest, flowing from the mountains to the sea. Pilgrims traveled hundreds of miles to bathe in her waters, to fill clay pots and carry a little of her home. She gave and gave and gave. But rivers are living things. They shift, they wander, and deep beneath the earth, unseen, the plates that carry countenance were moving. A gentle uplift here, a subsidence there. Monsoons began to fail. The great Yamuna, once a tributary, turned eastward to join the Ganges instead. The Sutlej, once flowing into the Sarasvati, swung west to meet the Indus. Year by year, decade by decade, the mighty river grew thinner, quieter, until one morning the people woke to find only a chain of shallow lakes where the current had been. Imagine that morning, the sky the color of brass, heat already rising, though the sun is barely up. Fishermen walk farther and farther into what used to be midstream, searching for water deep enough to float a boat. Farmers stare at fields turning pale. Wells that never failed now require longer ropes. No one panics at first. Rivers have dry seasons, but the rains do not come. The lakes shrink to ponds, the ponds to cracked mud, the mud to blowing sand. They did not die in war. They did not flee invaders. They simply packed what they could carry. A few pots, some beads, the little clay carts their children loved, and walked away, east toward the Ganges, south toward the Godavari, anywhere moisture still lingered in the soil. Behind them, the perfect cities stood empty. Doors left open, hearths cold. The wind began its patient work, drifting sand over thresholds, over streets, over the great bath, until even the tops of walls disappeared. Centuries passed, millennia. Nomads crossed the desert and saw only low mounds. They called one mound Mohenjo-daro, the mound of the dead, never knowing the dead had simply left. Empires rose and fell, Maurya, Gupta, Mughal, British, and no one remembered the people who measured bricks to a perfect ratio, who weighed grain on binary stones, who wrote in a script softer than any whisper. Then, in the 1920s, an Indian archaeologist named Rakuldas Bandyopadhyay followed a strange ridge of high ground through the fields. He dug and found baked bricks in perfect lines. Word spread. Teams came, more mounds revealed, more cities, Harappa Chonhudaro, Lothal with its astonishing dockyard that rose and fell with the tide, Dolavira with its vast stone reservoirs. Satellite photographs from space revealed the dry bed of a river once, 2 kilometers wide, winding between them all. The ghost of the Sarasvati. Today you can stand where the river once flowed and hear only wind. Yet if you close your eyes and listen very carefully, some say you can still catch the faintest echo, the sound of water moving over stone, the laughter of children chasing clay carts. The quiet voices of a people who built a world without kings or war, and then walked gently away when the world changed. Let that sound carry you now, deeper, softer. There is nothing left to do, nothing left to think. Only the slow rise and fall of your breath, matching the breath of a river that remembers everything. You are floating now, weightless, cradled in the arms of an ancient night. The cities are sleeping beneath the sand. The river is sleeping beneath the stars. And you are sleeping too. Good night.